Hey everybody, it's the Fire Specialist here with a new type of video talking about Pokemon journeys, kind of. In the past, Ash has brought back Pokemon that normally have some type of upgrade in terms of moves or just have more power, like Noctowl with Extra Sensory, or even Heracross with Focus Punch, Sleep Talk, and even Hyper Beam against Tobias. And in this video, we're going to discuss a couple of Pokemon, probably a top 5 plus an honorable mention of Pokemon that could use a bit of a move buff if they come back in Pokemon Journeys. So first we have Ash's Dracovish here. This is the honorable mention of the video because we don't know its finalized moveset yet. It is still currently with Ash in Pokemon Journeys. This is actually his most recent capture, his newest Pokemon per se, despite being about 50 or so episodes ago. But Dracovish's moveset right now is Fishious Rend, Ice Fang, Water Gun, and the newly learned Dragon Rush that will be used in the Ash vs. Drasna matchup coming up here on April 1st. But there's one problem with that moveset. Water Gun. That's okay for like Squirtle and Totodile, but for Dracovish, Water Gun, I don't think that needs to happen. So in my opinion, I think Dracovish at some point needs to learn a move to replace Water Gun. In my opinion, I think Scald would be great. He doesn't even have a fire type move on this team yet. So Scald being able to cause burn and do even double the damage of a Water Gun would be great. I do think though, more than likely, if they were to give an upgrade to Water Gun, it would probably be Hydro Pump, since Ash has had Squirtle and Palpitoad and Oshawott all already have Hydro Pump. So in my opinion, I definitely think Dracovish needs to forget Water Gun in place of Scald or Hydro Pump. And now for the actual top 5. We have Ash's Swellow. Ash's Swellow is pretty popular in the community, being called best bird in a lot of people's opinions. Not really my opinion, I actually prefer Staraptor. But Swellow though does have some pretty good feats though in terms of taking down Tyson's Donphan, taking down Katie's Sizzle, and just doing a lot of stuff like Wynona's Shiny Swellow. There's that too, and of course we can't forget about Thunder Armor. That's another topic for another day. But I do think Swellow needs a bit of a move buff. It did come back in Sinnoh for the match against Tobias, where it didn't really show off anything different. It still had the moveset probably of Aerial Ace, Wing Attack, Peck, and Double Team. But I think Swellow could actually use a range attack. And in my opinion, I think the perfect move for Swellow to learn is Boom Burst. I think Ash could definitely make work with Boom Burst and a speedy attack either right before or right after. Use Quick Attack or Aerial Ace to do damage, then you're behind it, attack with Boom Burst, you got yourself a knockout. Start off with Boom Burst, let them fall back from the intense wave of that attack, and then finish it off with an Aerial Ace. It just makes sense to me. I think Swellow could definitely use a move like Boom Burst in his arsenal. It's one of the strongest moves it can learn. Make it happen. Make Swellow best burb. Change my opinion, Pokemon Anime. Make Swellow the best burb. Burb? Bird. And now for everyone's favorite little frog ninja, Greninja. Which, if you haven't heard, Greninja is coming back in episode 108 to help train Ash's Lucario. But that's not what we're talking about, though. I do hope, though, if when Greninja comes back in episode 108, I hope I have 2 moves down for him to learn. But one of them has to happen. First of all, get rid of Cut. We don't need Cut. It's a normal 50 power move. One of the worst HMs in generations 1 through 4 and 5, maybe 6. It's a terrible move. We don't need Cut. Instead, it was a missed opportunity not to give Greninja Night Slash. You see how Weavile uses Night Slash in the X and Y anime. It's literally a purple version of Cut. You could have, you had him learn Water Shuriken when he evolved. That makes sense. What about after the loss to Wolfric? During that little episode after where they were in the snow gonna master Battle Bond? He could have learned Night Slash. That would have been perfect. Hopefully he has Night Slash. You know, even in the Sun and Moon demo, whenever you get the Ash Greninja, it has pretty much the exact same moveset. It has Water Gun. I'm not Water Gun. Dang you, Dracovish. It has Water Shuriken, Aerial Ace, Double Team, and Night Slash. It doesn't have Cut. It has Night Slash. So please fix that. In episode 108, make sure he has Night Slash. And the second move, this is kind of just more completing a trifecta. Because we had the trio of rivals there, the primary rivals, Sawyer, Alon, and Ash. Sawyer and Sceptile, there's a grass type starter, a fire type starter, and a water type starter as their aces. Sceptile had Frenzy Plant, Charizard had Blast Burn, and I really think Greninja should have Hydro Cannon. I know that it has Water Shuriken, but it would be kind of weird to fit in this move if you want to stick to the whole 4 move slot rule. But maybe get rid of Aerial Ace? I mean, Aerial Ace super effective is what, 120 base power? Hydro Cannon? Stab is a 150, and Stab makes it 225. So it's about going to be the same power, and it's Hydro Cannon. It's incredible. It's incredibly powerful. I definitely think Greninja should learn Hydro Cannon. Night Slash priority, Hydro Cannon though on the side, but definitely give priority to Night Slash. Now we have another one of Ash's most popular Pokemon, Infernape. This is going to sound a little weird too, but I definitely think the mastery of Blaze, instead of just giving Infernape a big power boost like it does, I think it should have culminated in Infernape learning one of the most powerful fire type moves, and one of my favorite moves in general, Blast Burn. I definitely think Infernape's Blast Burn, taking on Electivire's Thunder, would have been incredible. I just feel like if he learned Flare Blitz, that's not bad. Keep Flamethrower, Dig, and Mach Punch. But I definitely think instead of Flare Blitz, you could definitely do Blast Burn at some point. Now, Infernape has come back once and didn't have a single move change. But who's to say when it comes to the Paul episode coming up, Infernape gets back some more action, Infernape returns, and maybe we'll learn Blast Burn. I think it's a good possibility. Pokemon Journeys, what do you think? Maybe? Try it? It'd be great. And now for probably one of Ash's worst Pokemon, unfortunately, even though I love this Pokemon, Torterra. Torterra was absolutely great as a Turtwig. Multiple people complimented it on its speed. Rourke talking about that's gotta be the fastest Turtwig he's ever seen. He learned from Gardenia's Turtwig. Even Paul said, and he hates to admit it, but Turtwig's speed has improved. And then, of course, he ended up evolving into Grotle, which it gained a lot of body mass and ended up not being able to dodge at all and just tripping over its feet, and resulting in Honchkrow taking out Grotle in that match. Even after evolution, it's one of the very rare matches where an evolution did not ensure a win for somebody. But I actually have a very cheeky idea here, though. Torterra needs to learn Rock Polish. Can you picture Ash's Torterra being able to actually dodge and move as fast as it did as a Turtwig? After a Rock Polish, that can happen. After a Rock Polish, no one's going to block your Rock Climb. You can get behind someone and hit him with a Leaf Storm. Or an Energy Ball. One of the two grass moves would have to go. But, you would have Rock Polish, Synthesis, a grass move, and Rock Climb. I think that would be incredible and a huge buff for Torterra. Please bring back Pokemon Journeys if you somehow see this video. Bring back Torterra. Give Torterra a win that it deserves. Give it Rock Polish and give it a win. That's all I ask. Rock Polish would be perfect for it. And last but not least, Ash's mythical Pokemon, Melmetal. This Pokemon needs to come back too in general, but it needs to come back with some more moves. And I'm going to give it a move it can learn, but I'm going to just be very, very open about it and say it needs to learn a damaging move that's just not Steel type. As a Meltan, it had a Headbutt, Flash Cannon, and Harden. And once it evolved into Melmetal, in the two battles that it partaked in against Gladion and Professor Kukui, The only two moves it ever used was Flash Cannon and Double Iron Bash. You could have told me, if you showed me the first few minutes of the battle against Gladion, you could have told me Ash's Melmetal was choice banded, and I would believe you. He spammed Double Iron Bash like nobody's business. Double Iron Bash and Flash Cannon and Double Iron Bash. That's all Melmetal has done. Give it Ice Punch. I mean, you already have two Pokemon with ice moves, as it is on Pokemon Journey's team. You have Ice Punch and Ice Fang. I mean, you have Breezel with Ice Punch. You have Snorlax with Ice Punch. Goodra with Ice Beam. So, I mean, like, give it Ice Punch. We know it can stretch out its arms. So, Ice Punch would be incredible. Maybe not Thunder Punch. Apparently, it's supposed to know Thunderbolt, but Ash never called for it. I think it used it as a Meltan, either Thunder Shock or Thunderbolt. But we never had Ash actually call for that move. It's always been as a Meltan, and the Headbutt and the Flash Cannon. As a Melmetal, Flash Cannon, Double Iron Bash. So I assume Headbutt was probably forgotten. But in terms of Melmetal, though, Ice Punch, Superpower, Body Press. Maybe instead of Harden, actually use some strategy and use Iron Defense. You know, if you used Harden against Silvally, you probably could have beaten Silvally. But, you know, just bring back Melmetal and have it use something that's not a steel move. Double Iron Bash, definitely still keep it, but like Ice Punch at least. And that does it for Ash's, for 5 of Ash's Pokemon, plus an honorable mention that I would give a move buff to if they return in Pokemon Journeys. If you guys like this type of content, please give me a like, a comment, and hit that subscription button. We are at a nice and powerful 15 subscriptions, or 15 subs. Trying to get 25 by the end of the year. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all on whatever I make next.